All right, so today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2026. It's currently like 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:49 in the morning, 8 o'clock, might as well be. I've just gotten home from work, walked Elvis, and it was a long day. Uh, Started my day off at what? 5:45, which means I got to the gym around 6:15-ish. I was there for an hour and 40 minutes. And it was ab day, and I'm feeling it already. So I did all my workout, the entire thing, including the two updated that I did, which is I start out by doing crunches and Russian twists, weighted and non-weighted, and then I move over to doing hanging knee raises with side bends attached to it. And I'm thinking of moving up weight for when I do it. I usually use a 45-pound dumbbell or weight, I should say, because I've been using the ones that you normally attach to a device to use, and I'm doing like 30 to 35 reps of that before I'm fatiguing. So I'm thinking of upping the weight on that. And then I usually today I moved over, did my weighted crunch machine. And then everything I needed after that was literally in use except for the one that was in the way of, unfortunately, a group of girls. And, they were using the sliding machine and the target ab machine, I guess it's called, right next to the sliding, or the reverse, or the decline bench. And I'm like, how many sets y'all have? Blah, blah, blah. We talked, they went back, and I went and was like, wait, they're not using this. I want to ask, but I want to wait till they're out of their workout. So I don't want to bug them. I don't want to be a creep in the gym. So I waited till at least one of them was like, y'all using this? Do you mind if I work in? I mean, I don't want to be the weirdo. And I don't know if I freaked them out or what. They left shortly after, conversating with them, because I was like, I don't want to be a weirdo. I want to get my workout done. And, so I did that. And then as soon as I realized they left, because I did my decline Russian twists and my decline crunches on there with the weighted and non-weighted. And then I quickly jumped over and did my sliding crunches and my oblique crunches on the sliding machine, and then did the machine, or the rotary twister. Yeah, because everything was finally not in use by that time. So I was like, okay, cool. Now is a good time. Sorry for the messy kitchen. I'm switching over dinner out of the frozen dinner into the Instapot here, or whatever the freak this thing is called. Anyways. So I switched over, and then I quickly realized, hey, one of the cable machines is free. Because Omen was there. Her and her friend were using the other cable machine I normally use for my cable crunches and my oblique workout. And I was like, okay, cool. They're using that one. Let me check the other one. And that was free, and I was like, I'm taking it. And I ended up doing standing and kneeling cable crunches while doing my up to downs and my down to ups as well. And I'm feeling it. The scale says I'm doing great, so I stayed consistent on my weight. And so that's cool. But I knew it was going to be a good day when the moment I saw him. But it was kind of funny, too, at the same time, realistically. Because I was looking at over one of the guys that I seen her talk to from time to time. And I'm like looking at him, and you know, I'm kind of just zoning out. But he's doing bench presses on the Smith machine because our dumbbells don't go past X amount of weight, or 60 pounds, excuse me. And I was like, okay, but he was doing them differently than I do, and I was kind of watching and learning because I'll be honest, the dude, he's skinny, but he's got muscle, and I was like, all right, well, kind of want to watch and see what he's doing, because I want to kind of get a little bit of an eye on how differently he's doing stuff, on top of the fact that, he's legitimately doing it differently. And I kind of want to ask him now, because the way he was, I took it out, where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. ADD moment, I forgot where I put this. But anyways, he was legitimately working out in a way I was curious about, because the way he was doing it, because the way I do the dumbbell press is I have it in my palm, I lift up and I roll it into my fingers-ish, and then I do the workout. But he was doing it backwards, and I'm like, so he would roll into his palm and go, and I was like, that's interesting. I kind of want to ask him if there's like legitimately a difference in the muscle workout compared to doing it. I guess it would be, and I wanted to ask him about that. But it was funny while I was standing there looking at him, watching him, and now I realize I have RAF, resting asshole face, or the male version of RBF. No, I kind of just like, I was just sitting there watching him for a minute, just kind of trying to figure out how the hell he was doing it. But that's when I noticed, because you get that weird feeling somebody's watching you or looking at you, and I kind of just like zoned back in for a minute and realized Omen was staring at me, and I was like, oh, is this good or a bad stare? Because I'm just more or less curious at what the hell he's doing, or if it's any different. So and as soon as I realized it, I kind of just went, whatever, and just went back to my workout, because my timer was almost up anyways. And so I was just like, that was interesting. But anyways, it was a good night. I mean, the truck wasn't there immediately when I showed up, so I dropped my shit off and got breakfast. Came back and they were unloading it. I was like, all right, dope. But that wasn't the weirdest thing I've experienced all day. And I noticed it right off the bat, as soon as I was out in public. Now, this is how I was dressed. I don't know how far down on the camera you can see, but I was wearing my shorts with my compression pants underneath. And I was literally, well, the first instance, I got down the street just past the car wash, almost into the gas, or just before the car wash, just before the gas station where I get my energy drinks. Dude was pulling out of one of the parking lots. And he stops and I like looked at him for a second and he gave me a nod and I was like, okay, that's weird. It's not normal. But that's normal. So anyways, after I get my drinks and I chit chat for a second with the manager there, and I'm headed off to the gym. Now mind you that I'm already across the main street. Gay walked. But, that wasn't it. I was coming up onto an intersection, and it didn't look like the driver was paying attention. So I looked at the car, because they were going to be pulling onto the main street, and I looked at them, and the passenger's like, hi, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not used to people noticing me. Is it because I look good? Is it because this is a weird thing, or are people just being weirdly nice? I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, And then the girls at the gym were oddly nice. They could have been mean, and I still would have accepted it. So yeah. Um, Needless to say, I did get some sleep, so I'm happy. I ended up pulling out, working 10 pallets out of produce today, so I worked another 11 pallets in total. So it was a good day. You know, any day I get to see Omen, I think it's going to be a good day. I mean, that in itself should make me happier, but it is what it is. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and just end this here. I'm gonna eat some food. Probably, well, obviously you say I'm cooking burritos. Probably have some yogurt and some blueberries in with it as well, and watch some TV. I shall catch you tomorrow. Later.